Okay, I'd like to take just a quick video to let you know how easy it is to set up assignments in Moodle. So this is assuming you've already set up your gradebook. If you haven't done that yet, try and do that. And it's assuming you already have competencies entered in your class. And if you haven't done that, I would recommend it. But actually, you don't have to have your gradebook set up and your competencies set up to do this. It just is easier to do that first. It's the basic principle of learning by design. Design it first and then do the assignment. So I'd encourage you, if you haven't set up your competencies and grades, do that first. Otherwise, let's jump in. So it's really easy. So I entered my class, I turned on editing, so make sure that it says, this should say turn editing off to let you know it's on, and you should see edit all the way down your page. It's really easy. Add an activity or resource, and out of all the possible, out of all the activities Moodle has as plugins, and some of these are really fun for certain things, but the ones I really recommend are, and I have as starred, and the ones that I'll talk about in this video are the assignment and the forum. Those are the two that I use by far the most, and they're awesome. So let me show you the assignment first. You add an assignment by clicking on it, type a name. I should have something better than just random. Basics. Now, in an actual assignment, you'll need a description. So you put the whole text here. Tell what they need to do. And usually, honestly, I incorporate all the content in the forum discussion. Personally, I don't like clicking on a page and then going to a forum. I just put it all in one place. From a learner point of view, it lets me read all the content and see what I need to do. That's a choice. Some teachers that I know really enjoy putting the content in a page and then having the assignment just be questions. Do whichever way you like. You can put on extra files, but you don't need to. For availability, this tells you when the assignment begins. If you uncheck it, then students can turn the assignment in at any point. If you check it, they have to wait till a certain date to turn it in. There's a due date. Again, with all these, you can enable it or disable it. It's your choice. The due date is when the students, this will appear on the calendar for the students saying your assignment is due on this date. The cutoff date is the date where if you enable this, Moodle will not allow students to turn it in after that date. I'd be careful with that in general. There are too many exceptions in life, so I don't usually have cutoff dates. And the remind me to grade by, I never use because I remember what I need to do for things like that. But if you set it to remind you, it'll send you a message that you need to grade this. So that's what's involved with the assignment dates. For submission types, you can allow them to submit files. This means that they can upload a Microsoft Word document or a photo or something like that. I don't recommend that though. I almost always say don't submit a file, submit an online text. The reason for that is file submission takes up a huge amount of your data for your Moodle site. So the way I tell students to do it is create a Google Doc or a YouTube video or something like that, and then just share the link with us. And that, if you do that, you probably you'll probably be able to use Moodle for years and not run out of space. But if you allow students to submit big files, you'll max out your server. So if you can, with your school policies, I would recommend using Google Docs with the links rather than having them upload files. Going down, let's see, I don't really submit or deal with anything else here. Oh, word limit. I never set word limits for my students. So if you enable this, this means that they can type text directly into the assignment and there's a cutoff. I wouldn't worry about that. I would skip all of these other categories. They're not necessary for you starting out, but grading you have to put in. So you can have point grading where you like grade on a scale of 1 to 100, or you can say it's a scale of 1 to 10. And Moodle is awesome with its gradebook of letting you control how the grades are calculated afterwards. So you just choose what you would like for this or what your school policy is. You can also use a scale. And if you use a scale, That allows you to grade for competencies, like for Hope Academy. If you choose the HAB skills and competencies, then you won't be allowed to assign a %. You'll have to assign them. Are they beginning to master this competency? Are they proficient at it? Things like that. So that's the deal with scale or point. So again, points goes for the numbers and the percentages. Scale means you're measuring competencies. Simple direct grading means that you just tell what your answer is. I'll make another video later on for more complex things about how to use the marking guides and rubrics. But for right now, simple direct is fine at first. The grade category is, so starts out, the default is uncategorized, but if you formatted your gradebook so you have different categories, this lets you put the assignment in a specific category, which is great. I don't use the grade to pass usually. It's not necessary. But I would go down here to competencies. And competencies, again, if you've set up your competencies here over on the side, you can click there and you'll see the competencies that have been entered for your course, and you can say this assignment meets this competency. And that is fantastic for issues like accreditation and just in general showing that your students are learning what they need to learn through your assignments. So try to match each assignment should match a competency. If you're giving an assignment that you're grading that does not match a competency, something needs to change. So hope this helps, and that's the first. Oh, I'm not done yet. Hope this helps for the assignments. Let me show you then how to quickly how to do the let's see how to do the forums. Forums are basically the same setup. You click on add an activity, click to add the forum. With a forum, your goal is to provoke a discussion. So with the forums, you give the same name, you give an assignment again, and I put most of my content in the assignment or in the forum, not as a separate page, but that's a personal choice. Some things you want to watch out for is word count. If you display word count, then students can see at the bottom of their screen how much they've written. That's really helpful for middle school and early high school students who need to know, need to get an idea of what a 250 word response looks like. So consider using that. Subscription and tracking, use the defaults almost always. The read tracking means that, so it's set up so that students will, and you will see whenever someone's posted something that you haven't read. Subscription means you'll get an email that reminds you or tells you that someone's posted something. So I'd encourage you to use the defaults. With the grading, it's exactly like the assignments. You can grade on a scale, or you can grade on a point system. You put in a specific category. That part is exactly like the assignments. So the difference between the assignments and the forum is both appear in the gradebook, both are fully graded. The forum, you're trying to provoke a discussion, and you want the students to see each other's work. For assignments, the work is private and only you see it. So there's a time for each one. Assignments, again, the students cannot see each other's assignments. Anything they post in a forum, they can see. Pretty much anything they post on a forum, they can see. So use your forums for any time you want students to share information with each other. Use assignments anytime it's like a test or something like that where you don't want them to see anything that the other students did. And again, with forums too, you look, all these categories here that I'm skipping are the same in the assignments. With this too, you can go back and assign it to a specific competency. So hopefully this will help you get started creating the assignments and making it so that you can now use Google to grade everything that you do in your class, even if it's a face-to-face class. And the reason for why that's so good will come in an upcoming video. So hope this helps.